son of a bitch.
Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Because you are my friend.
Here we go!
Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 25 of Super Enabler Bros. I'm Jason of Corpseflood Gaming, accompanied by my excellent co-host, and that is Chris, the old ass retro gamer. How you doing, buddy?
What?
How you doing?
Doing okay, man. How you doing?
Good. We're back semi soon. You know, for a while there was like a month and a half between episodes, so I'm happy we can make this happen.
Yeah.
Work sucks.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah,
And
but
water is wet.
yeah, but I'm not sitting in a wet garage this time, so that's cool.
That is fantastic.
I don't know if we even said in the episode last time, but I was like sitting on a stool in 2 inches of water because of heavy rainfall and the ground still being frozen. Flooded my whole game room. I'm not a dummy, so nothing got wrecked because I don't keep stuff on the floor.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it still sucked. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Can imagine the humidity in that room might have been something nasty.
Broadcast from the bayou last time. Yeah, we had
There's a couple of alligators swimming around.
well when the sound quality of the room didn't matter, I've had, you know, dehumidifiers and fans going like crazy. So but things are looking up.
Yeah.
It's dry in here. Everything's safe. It's not raining. My internet isn't laggy and shitty. So that's good.
Things are looking up.
And things are, things have been great, actually. You know, got some,
Shout out to your coworker who thinks we're funny.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Thanks for checking out the show, John. Yeah, so, we've been kind of blessed with lots of stuff to watch lately, so I'm happy for this. So we got lots to discuss also.
That too.
I'll figure out what that is, and then we'll do that.
Maybe it'll be our post-credits sequence.
Yeah, there you go. Dum-bung. It's going to set up for the next one.
Don't count on it.
It'll be too late. We intend to, but then it'll just be it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're just trying to get everyone to watch the end credits. Get that extra view time.
Yarp.
Extra 20 seconds view time.
Yarp.
So, what have you been up to lately? Since last time?
Been seeing some movies, been playing some more games. I'm being fairly consistent with the game playing for a change. It's kind of refreshing.
That is. It's good to hear. Hopefully
Yeah.
you've been playing stuff you like as well.
Yes, well, the ones that I've been picking have been good.
Roulette is the devil. Maybe you have to get your own. I'll mail you the roulette wheel. Maybe you spin it. And
Just pick my own damn game.
I'll be like, damn it, the hell.
So yeah, last time we were talking, I was playing Guardians of the Galaxy on the PS5, and I beat that.
Hell yes.
And that game is pretty fucking fantastic.
So good. Yeah,
Loved it.
you were just at the end last time, I believe, right?
I was maybe halfway through that when we talked.
Oh, okay.
And then I beat it like a week and a half ago, and the whole mid-credit extra fight scene thing happens, and I was like, "Oh, this is fucking rad!"
Oh, yeah, that whole game was awesome. It's very underrated. It's I'm happy it's on Game Pass because it feels like a lot of people gave it a pass and are actually like checking it out because it's free if you got Game Pass.
I'm thinking just a lot of people were soured by that Square Enix Avengers game. And a lot of people I know didn't really like it, and they probably figured this is going to be the same, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's nothing like it.
And I heard that they lost an insurmountable amount of money on the Marvel game so far. But that's coming from Square Enix, who they're like, release a game, and it only sold 700 million copies. Disappointment.
Yeah. They got that Final Fantasy money, so they can hang. They're like Disney like that. They got that money to burn.
Yeah, nothing made as much as Frozen 2. It's all garbage.
I think the thing I liked the most about it was like it was actually like saying stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I actually like the fact that this game is trying to like tell me about like loss and, you know, trying to deal with trauma and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, this is actually really well written, aside from it being like funny as hell.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's, I mean, to be funny is gotta have good writing too, right?
Yeah.
You want a bunch of jokes that fall flat, and you're like, These guys are lame.
Yeah, it was really well done, and I hope we get another one from the same people.
I'm so hoping. I'm still holding out hope that they make a line of Marvel Legends.
Based on the game.
But at the same time, as we know from last episode, because I'm sure everyone's watched that already.
Yes, all 47 of you.
Well, that I've pretty much broken up with the Hasbro here. Because
they have a bunch of effects.
They nickel and dime. Well, I can't even say nickel and dime. They $2 increased.
They $2 you in the ass.
They $2 per wave me too much to the point where I was like, I guess I quit, even though I want these. So I'll be a clearance aisle shopper of Marvel Legends.
As you should. So yeah, I beat that, and I immediately moved on to a game that I was going to show off in my pickups. I started playing Halo Infinite. No. Yeah, I started playing Halo Infinite.
No, fuck you. Sweet. Yeah, I remember you saying it was actually kind of rad.
Well, the thing about Infinite was I really hadn't been following its, like, the news about it. I remember, like, I don't know if it was at E3 or something where they showed that real crappy looking footage that looked like a regular Xbox game or whatever. Yeah. And I kind of went like, yeah, okay, whatever.
And that's why.
And I didn't really follow any news about it. I missed its release and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. I did not know that it had been released kind of the way they've been doing the PS4 games, where it's like a game is available for the PS4 and the 5, and if you have the PS4 version, you can stick it in the 5 and it'll upgrade to the 5. Yeah, I thought Halo Infinite was a specific Series X game.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea that it was also an Xbox. It was available for the Xbox One. So I went to the Midwest Gaming Classic 2 weekends ago, and someone had a copy of it there, and it had Xbox One and Series X on the cover. And I was just like, "Oh, I wish I knew this was a thing back in December. That's some bullshit. Yeah. I guess I'm buying this."
Yeah, I downloaded it the day one, and I was also like, I don't know who I was planning to co-op with, but when I heard there was no co-op for some reason, I was like, you know, I play games by myself 90% of the time.
Yeah. But the other thing I didn't realize, since I hadn't been following it, was that it's an open world game.
Mm-hmm.
I had no clue. Like, the game starts off like you're playing a standard Halo game where it's very linear, and it's basically taking you to that section where it goes, oh, and by the way, now you have this whole world to play in. And I was like, oh, now this is rad.
Teaching you the ropes, and then
like getting you back into the game. You get some new weapons. You get this like grappling hook now that you can use to climb mountains and stuff, and it's real fun. You could use it to attack people too. You can electrify it at one point.
Holy shit! Halo
but I did something completely by accident. I was trying to take out like a top tier Covenant. They're not the Covenant. They're the Banished in this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to take out this there's generals from the Banished that are like stationed all over the Halo ring, and you can go and take them out at your leisure. And I went to take one out, and he was on a ghost, and I accidentally, instead of hitting the grenade button, I hit the grappling button, and I grappled onto his ghost, and it pulled me to his ghost, and I punched him in the face and knocked him off, and I took the ghost.
Sweet.
And I got an achievement. It says "Ghost Ride the Whip," and I was like, "That's the shit."
That's pretty sweet.
I was like, that's awesome. So, like, from that point on, I was like, this game is amazing.
I do have to still check it out, but
it's fun.
Only thing that's holding me back is like I'm actually was kind of stoked to try it, but I didn't want to try it without beating 5. And
I was gonna say you beat 5. You haven't beat 5 yet.
I have no real want to play 5, but I'm like, I better beat it.
5's not bad. It's just not great.
My only experience with 5 is watching the youth at the jail I work at play it a little bit, and it looking like
I mean, it's like 2, where you keep on splitting your time between 2 different characters.
Yeah.
But the thing that bugs me the most about it, a lot of people were saying they didn't like the whole Cortana plot. My thing was that the thing that you have like an entourage with you when you're playing as each character, and they can like resurrect you and stuff, doesn't work.
Oh, that's dumb.
Because like the whole thing is like, okay, I got killed. You can go, hey, I'm over here, I'm injured, come and heal me, and then they'll just never show up.
It's like Army of Two.
But it happens to them, and they're like, oh, I'm over here, I'm injured, I need someone to help me. And if you don't run over there, they start yelling at you. Like, get your ass over here! I'm dying, and I'm like, well, what about when I was dying? You fuck!
Well, it's like an online experience where you're playing a medic, and someone else is also playing a medic that never heals anyone. But
it's just frustrating.
Heal me, you fucking idiots!
Yeah, that's the part that just frustrated me the most. Is like half the time I couldn't get them to come and help me. But outside of that, I mean, it's not bad. It's just not great.
I don't think I can think of a game. I'm sure it was so good that's why I can't think of it. But I can't think of a game that has the AI can heal you that does a good job when you actually want it to. Like, like I said, immediately Army of Two, where they like drag you more into the firefight to try to heal you. You're like,
I've never actually.
Now you're dead, idiot.
Yeah, I've never played those, so I wouldn't know.
I love them, but that's definitely a game you want to try and play co-op because it'll be like,
hey, guess what?
You're being covered.
I got some. Let's play co-op, bruh.
All right, let's do it up. Hopefully they're still able to be played. I'd totally do it because I played 1 and 2, but I got Devil's Cartel and just never.
Well, I will say that Infinite is so good that I would say I'd go and play Part 5 so you can play this.
Okay.
Because it does heavily reference shit that happened in 5.
Okay, I better beat it then. Maybe I'll even just run through it. Like, I don't care. I don't care about getting all the achievements and shit. Like, I got all the...
Just play the game,
I've got shit tons of achievements in the other ones, and then...
Yeah. To get to this, you need to play that. So I'd say definitely play that first.
Then I just go, now let's play 3 again.
I still haven't played Reach.
Shit, man.
Or ODST.
That's probably my favorite one is Reach.
I know that's Captain Algebra's favorite one.
It's really good. I remember I made a couple people angry. My brother bought like the mid-tier collector's edition of that, like deluxe edition, I think it was. And so when he was in high school and he was on the football team and he had to like go away for the weekend for football, he's like, you can borrow it while I'm gone. And I beat it on Legendary before he got back, and he's like, seriously? He's like, I was gonna say you can borrow it for a few more days if you want to play. I was like, no, I'm done with it. He's like, oh damn. So I'll play with you if you want to play. But I was like, yeah, because I had to do like, I think the last gen. That's kind of why not last gen. I guess 2 gens ago now, 360 gen. Yeah. I made him a deal because he would just borrow Halo games unless he got his own copy, and the Call of Duty games like right away when I would get them. So I was like, you are getting the Halos and you are getting the Call of Duties from now on, because I'd beat one and he'd borrow it till the next Call of Duty came out. Now I just don't care either way. But I own them all now. But for a while there, I think it would only ended up being for Reach that he was the one to get it. But yeah, I beat it and I pissed off a couple of my friends that are big Halo fans, and I think it demotivated my one friend.
Because you beat it so quick?
He let me know like 2 years later, I finally beat it on Legendary. I was like, what? What game? Never. Oh, did I beat that? It's a while ago.
I beat so many, I just can't keep track.
I forgot because it was just so.
Let me go check my beat tweets real quick.
Yeah, it was pre-beat tweets even. Jeez. Now we're in post-beat tweets, and maybe I'll have to get back to them at some point. But yeah, I was like, it was really. I just really liked it. I was just hooked. I did some long sessions on it. Yeah, and just beat it. I remember a couple of guys I worked with at the time were just like, Jesus, you dick, give it some time. It was like 2 days. It was out for like 2 days, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know, it's a really fun game. I like it. But I wasn't like downplaying it. I was like, yeah, it was pretty tough at some part, but
yeah, I was playing it a little bit. Like when it first came out, I played maybe like an hour of it co-op with some friends, and I actually fell asleep while we were playing it because I was. It wasn't because I was like I hated it. I was like exhausted, tired, and I just couldn't stay awake. And I told them, I'm like, you guys need to go home because I'm just gonna fall asleep again.
That reminds me of the one time ever that I played video games with you in real life, and you were so excited that you fell asleep.
Yeah. Have you seen my name?
Yeah.
I am old.
Yeah.
I tire easy.
I should change my name to Exhaustion Flood Gaming because I'm right there with you.
But yeah, I never. After we played that like hour of it, I never. For some reason, like I don't know, falling asleep just made me like want to stay away from it. And I just never went back and played it.
That's the sleepy game.
Yeah, that's that game that's made out of Ambien.
Yeah, that's the one that puts off melatonin vapors in my apartment.
Yeah. Ugh. I want to take naps when I want to take naps, not when this game tells me to. God, you're not my mom, game.
It's bedtime. No. You got
No. School day tomorrow. Fuck you. I don't want to go to sleep.
Put parental lock on your Xbox automatically with an update.
But yeah, I saw some movies too. Saw the Doctor Strange. Saw Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Sweet.
Yeah.
The movie, or like you
for some reason
watched every movie that's come out ever?
No, for some reason this year is like the year of the multiverse movies.
Because it can be a cop out or it can be interesting, and I'm like, all right, at least it's interesting.
Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like I said, it takes a little. Like I told you beforehand, it takes a little while to get into it because there's just like so much stuff being thrown at you to set up what's going on. But like once it settles down, it's like, damn.
So I got to take 26 movies to do it, to set it up.
No.
Yeah, like that meme I sent you guys earlier. That every to save the film industry.
Oh, just put Marvel in front of everything.
Yeah. Watch it, and then make everything have just a light tie to every other movie, and everyone will see every movie.
And I also saw Sonic. Yeah, I also saw Sonic too.
Sweet. I also did, so we can discuss these.
Well, what have you been up to?
I've been watching a lot of shit. Not a lot of shit. Some shit. But I also went to see Doctor Strange in the theater with the family. And then we came home and we watched Sonic 2. And then I watched a pirated version of Doctor Strange 2. The same night that I saw it in the theater. So I've seen it like 5 times. So definitely up for talking about that. I also checked out Moon Knight.
Yep. I finished that off. I also checked out I finished off Picard season 2 and started watching the first season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which is really good.
Strange New Worlds is good?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to hear. I wasn't like, once I missed a few episodes of Picard, I just decided I'm going to wait for the season to be over like I did with the first season.
It is.
So I have not even touched on it, but yeah, I saw that it's over. Just want to know one thing. Was it good?
Picard?
Yeah, because
I was not a fan of it.
I've seen a lot of people shitting on it pretty hard.
Yeah, I was not a fan of it. I just think that just a lot of it like got cheesy, like really cheesy, like stupid cheesy, I think. And it's just like, let's just start changing things up because why not? Not because it feels organic to the story or it's things that these characters would do. It's just like, let's change things up because we can. And it does end on a high note, I think. Like the season goes, like the last episode kind of fixes some of the things I had problems with, but like for the most part, season 2 just seemed kind of pointless.
That sucks.
But you need to watch season 3, which brings back all the next gen characters. So
I'm still gonna watch it because I just love me some Patrick Stewart anyway.
Yeah.
Just pretty much anything he's in, I'll watch it.
And they retcon a lot of stupid stuff. Stuff that was important in the Next Generation, the show, they retcon it here because they can. And as a huge Next Gen fan, it kind of angered me because I'm like, you do realize that that's not how things happened.
I've seen people using Picard season 2 as like a rebuttal to this is stupid. They're like, steer clear of Picard season 2 or something.
I'm not saying not watch it. I'm just saying it.
And I've seen a couple of comments like mentioning that Star Trek has like the worst writers in the industry right now. I'm like, well, I'm still gonna watch it because I always form my own opinion.
I don't think they're bad. I just think that they didn't know what to do because of COVID. I don't think they knew what to do.
If there were people, I trust the opinions of people I know rather than random people in a comment section. But yeah, I always check it out my own. Unless you were like absolutely, if you want to still enjoy.
Well, no, I'm never. I'm not the type of person that's going to say because I don't like it, you should not watch it. I just say I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't. If you want to watch it, watch it. I don't care.
Yeah, my mom either.
Yeah. It's like I didn't like it. What does that matter in the grand scheme of everything? Nothing. That's just my opinion. Go see it if you want to watch it. Go watch it.
You and Halo ain't my mom. That's what we've covered so far.
You're damn right.
Yeah. And I'm always
go and watch a fucking Jason Momoa movie.
Yeah. If I yeah, if I'm already interested in something, there's very little that's really going to steer me away from watching something. I might put it off for a bit, being like, ooh, I'm just going to wait till everything dies down. Maybe, if it's a game and I hear unanimously bad shit, I'll be like, maybe I'll hold off till the sale. But at some point, I'm still going to be checking that game out,
Yeah.
I've heard, universally bad shit about that WWE 2K20, and I think that actually made me want it more.
Just to see what of a train wreck it would be.
Yeah, it's like I kind of want to laugh.
I want to watch it crash 13 times.
Yeah, just watching it try and fail. But as long as it's not, if the game's shutting down, I'm like, that's obviously not fun. But watching it just be like wacky, glitchy, just holy shit. I'm probably gonna bring it to work one of these nights, not update it, and then play it and be like, oh, wow, look at all this.
Like playing like the early build of Cyberpunk. Like, did you say you punched somebody into a wall or something?
I shot a guy into a door.
Yeah.
And he was just like, is this his feet and his head and his hands? And it was just funny. But like I honestly, there was no real other like technical glitches I really ran into. I think like really small things and nothing that like fucked me over really. So I still have to revisit it on the Xbox though, because I got that collector's edition and it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
I like that I get shit for full price and then finally get a hold of it when it's on like clearance.
Yeah, I want to get this. When I get a Series X, I'm probably going to play it again.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't wait that long because as of now, I have no reason to buy a Series X. I'll play Halo on my One X and I'm good. Like, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything interesting for the Xbox. The PS5 got a lot.
But they're gonna have the new version of Skyrim.
And I'll wait till they do have.
They're gonna have the definitive edition of Skyrim.
The definitive for real time guys edition.
In the meantime, I'll be over playing my PSVR version.
Yeah, exactly.
Bitches.
I got my daughter into it. She thinks it's fucking cool. Although kind of complicated at first once you get into it.
What you been playing?
I've been playing a bit of everything. I played my Backlog Roulette game, but we will discuss that at another time. I beat Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's all right. A weird swinging mechanic that I don't think I've ever seen in another game. Left arm swinging webs and right arm swinging webs are the triggers, both triggers.
Huh.
Not just whatever is more convenient when you hit the swinging on your web button. So that took a little getting used to. Like it took me a while.
Trying to make it more immersive, bro.
Yeah, it took me a while to even realize that there was. I was just like, God, he swings kind of dumb. And then I was like, oh, I'm kind of dumb. Okay, I've just never done this before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like every Spider-Man game just has the swing. And
the swing button.
And he'll just use Spidey sense to know which way there's something to swing on. And he comments a lot. Because you know how you...
Is it Andrew Garfield?
No, he was in the first one. But this one's just it doesn't even look like him. It's... The story I think I like better than the movie. The movie villains are such a side story in the game that it made me laugh. So like it doesn't follow the story of the movie at all.
Blue Electro?
And there's just kind of like a part where you're like, oh yeah, it's that Max Dillon guy, just to like introduce him. And then all of a sudden he's like, I'm Electro now, and you betrayed me. I was like, oh, good thing I watched the movie for context because I don't think I've seen him since that one scene 10 levels ago. Too busy trying to catch the CK killer. Who's this guy? The Carnage killer? Oh, I don't know who that's going to end up being. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool villains in it. I really liked the first one better, though, I gotta say. So the end boss, spoiler, is Carnage, not Electro, not Green Goblin. Yeah, so none of the actors look like they're supposed to act. I don't think Gwen's in the game at all.
Yeah.
So
they don't even do the falling thing?
No. It's like, yeah, it seems more like movie cash-in-y than the first one. The first one was like, wow, they just had like a quality-ass Spider-Man game with, like, the last one, like, followed more, like, points from the movie to, like, oh, yeah, I got to get the the lizard's doing this and this and that. But this one was just kind of like, no, I am the Green Goblin. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about you.
Where's the Sinister Six?
Yeah, I've been. Oh yeah. There's little Easter eggs in the game. The vulture wings are hanging on a wall in like one of the first levels.
Oh, kind of like the Alien Skull and Predator 2.
Yeah. It's just okay. It's not the best Spider-Man game I've played for sure, but it's
that's
it's
the only.
Spider-Man.
I think I only have part 2.
Yeah, one's good. I just played that a few months ago.
I was looking it up the other day. That thing is expensive as shit.
Really? For like
the
everything?
first one? Well, because I had the second one for the Wii U,
Mhm.
and I wanted to get the first one for the Wii U, so I looked it up the other day. It's going for like 70, 80, 90 bucks.
I think I got that one too. Maybe I don't. I remember I was gonna get it at some point. Maybe I didn't. But I got them both on. I got the second one on everything apparently. Because I remember hearing one of the. I think that one's pricey too.
That one's like a regular priced game.
It's on like.
At least on the Wii U, it is.
I don't know if it was like the Xbox One or something. One of the newer Xbox One or PS4. The copy was expensive, but I was looking at it and I was like, wait, I thought I had this for PS3 instead. So I have it for PS3, and I have it for PS4. And I have it for Xbox One, and I have it for 360. So I'm like, oh, apparently I was anticipating and really liking this game.
Nope.
Just kidding. I checked my app and go, I don't have that one for this yet. And it's Spider-Man. So fuck you.
Yeah, you don't have the Wii U one yet, bro.
Buy it again, yeah. I don't have either of them for Wii U. But I remembered I was going to get the first one. I think I went to buy it on my break when I worked at Walmart. And the copy was gone.
Bastards.
Yeah, I'll get it at some point. But yeah, I think I really liked the superhero games of the Wii, like the Arkham City.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. So I was gonna try and get Arkham Origins. What else?
Not Avengers Battle for the Earth.
That is it's a game, all right. It's also a Kinect game for the 360, which is where I originally got it, and I just remember going.
Yeah.
Just
like, what are you doing? I'm playing a game. I think you're having a grand mal.
well, that's weird. You weren't tired earlier, and then you came up 10 minutes later with really sore arms. I wonder what you were doing down there. It's playing Avengers. Yeah, sure.
Oh, is that what it's called now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hurt my elbow. Yeah, I bet you hurt your wrist too.
Yeah, you got Avengers elbow.
Yeah. Should have been the Hulk.
Hulk smash.
Yeah. So yeah, I have
These nuts.
I actually have I have the Avengers for the Wii U. Maybe I should try that version. Maybe
I have it too. I think it's the only one I have is with the Wii U version. I got it like $3 somewhere. I think a half price books.
I think I got it at GameStop when they were like kind of getting out of most of the Wii games. Zeldas and Mario's are still going for full price like they always do. But yeah, at some point I was actually going to go for a full Wii U set, and I just kind of said, fuck it.
Yeah. I finally finished my Dreamcast set, and I don't know if that's kind of been the reason why I haven't really been looking into buying much, because I kind of like finished the goal.
No.
Weird. Anyway.
You got to pick a next console to do that with.
No. Absolutely not.
Gamecom.
No. I could probably do that really easily.
Anyone throwing this shit out? Yeah, please.
Well, it's one of the few consoles where it's like every time you want to go and buy a game, you never find them loose. It's always complete.
Yeah.
And they're probably still sealed, kind of like the Lynx.
Yeah. Someone's like, I'm not going to play this. It's purely for...
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
I got, the only one I've got is Resident Evil 2. It's just because he gave it to me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a rarity because it's the only copy that's ever been opened. a bunch of YouTubers bought it and used it for a review, and then just, who wants this?
Yeah, Derek from Stop Skeletons from Fighting. It was his one copy that he was playing when he reviewed it.
They all passed.
And then he was just like, "Yeah, this can go. Bye-bye."
There's just like a community Discord of games that just get
that thing's been passed.
Don't spend money on this. I'll send it.
That game's been passed around more than a joint at a Grateful Dead concert. Come on.
Dirty. I got a Purell in my hands next time I touch it. Yeah, so besides that, I've been playing games here and there that I don't know. I've been having trouble getting into stuff. Like I started Nier Replicant. Might have just been too late, but I was just like, I am not feeling this right now, and I just put it away. I started Greedfall, and I've actually been really enjoying Greedfall so far. I'm probably about, let's see, 8 hours into it. It's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of Witcher so far, as far as the combat, the way you walk around the world, the way everything is medieval, and it's not like played up, beautiful medieval. It's like, ooh, everything here is just, is there poop on everything?
Yes. Like the real medieval times, just shit everywhere.
Yeah, like the graphics are pretty good. It's obviously not like AAA. Like it's not the newest graphics, not the greatest, but it's enjoyable. I've been enjoying what I played of it. It kind of starts you off in this like city, and you're about to sail off. So I did all the side stuff at the beginning, and I was like, okay, I kind of got a feel for it. Yeah, and it really gives me Witcher vibes, and I really like Witcher. I'm not seeing a whole lot of magic, but I'm seeing things that say they like dispel magic or magic resistance. I'm like, okay, there must be some kind of thing. And then I fight a fucking Ent Hulk or whatever the fuck it was, pretty close to the beginning. And then I'm like, okay, there's mythological stuff.
Hulk Bloom.
Yeah, yeah. It was the first whole bunch of it. Just seems like a lot of. I wouldn't say medieval. I'd say, yeah, it seems like the same time period as Witcher 2. So, I don't know, Middle Ages of some sort.
Yeah.
Pirates. I don't know. It seemed really cool. It caught my attention, but I was actually like, I was telling you in church a bit there that I was like, man, I'm not feeling like I don't like games, but I'm like, I've been struggling with the ones I've been picking to play, and I'm trying to think of other ones I kind of plugged in and played for a little bit.
Switch genres or something.
I ain't feeling it. Yeah, I've been trying to switch around and check out a bunch of things, but yeah, I haven't been feeling it as much since I beat Horizon Forbidden West, so maybe that's what it is.
It's hard to beat that.
It was a fun game. I liked it a lot. So
yeah.
I don't know, when Spider-Man is in I was just kind of like, this is all right. Some of the controls in that are jank too, and I think that took it down a peg. Like at precision times, like, oh yeah, I need to swing to that balcony, and that person's gonna burn to death in that fire, and all of a sudden I'm like, I just slingshot way past where I need to be, and then by the time I get back, they're like, they all died. You're a bad Spider-Man.
You're a bad hero.
The funny thing about that one, I hate to go back to talking about it, but I just remembered that when you do any side thing, like stop a car chase or beat up some thugs, there's a fucking news report every time. And even when you fail, they're like, Spider-Man failed to save people from a fire. They all fucking died, bro. I don't know. Everything Spider-Man does is newsworthy, and that's what bugged me. I was like, oh, I don't even want to.
Well, they kind of do that in Miles Morales too, with J. Jonah Jameson popping up. Oh,
well, yeah, but
Spider-Man almost destroyed a bridge.
You watch a cutscene of a thing you've already done 20 times. Like, yeah, Spider-Man again beat up a bunch of thugs and saved a guy from getting carjacked. They're like, whoop whoop. I'm gonna stop watching the news because Spider-Man's just always doing that shit. You're like, yeah, Spider-Man today.
So predictable.
Yeah. So yeah, I just remember that being funny. I'm trying to think what else I've tried lately, but been a bit of everything. I'm about to start Judgment. I think I'm gonna give that a go. I've heard good stuff about it. Hopefully, it is a good replacement of Yakuza for the beat 'em up style rather than the RPG style. I was kind of a little lukewarm on a lot of just Like a Dragon, which seems to be a controversial opinion, but I liked the fighting style, but I wish they kind of like, I don't know, I missed just kicking the shit out of people with Kiryu.
Beating up people.
I missed kicking the shit out of people with Kiryu. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, I've been playing other stuff. I just obviously can't recall now. My brain fails me.
So we'll talk about that Doctor Strange. Why did I do it like the whole like LeBron James thing?
I don't know. Well, first of all, we'll do a no spoilers part, and then we'll give you a spoiler warning. So anyone listening, don't go anywhere. But yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's probably my new favorite Marvel movie.
I definitely liked it a lot.
Because the original Doctor Strange is my favorite. Now I think this has bumped it.
Okay, I liked it a lot more than the first one. I did like the first one. Well, you know me though. There's not very many MCU movies I don't like.
Yeah.
I have little grievances with it, but I can overall be like, I liked it. You know, some don't matter as much. You know, everyone rips on the Dark World, and I'm just like, it was okay. It wasn't the best. It was forgettable. Didn't really need to happen. Just kind of did. But yeah,
It existed so that they would have something to do on Agents of Shield.
pretty much tie-in. Yeah, there we go. So there was a reason for it. Everybody start loving. Watch that'll be the new Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. Everyone will be like, you know what? I've always really loved Thor: Dark World. Thor: The Dark World. It's so good. You fucking didn't. No one did.
Yeah, same thing. Like, I went and saw No Way Home that first night, and everyone in that theater when Garfield showed up was like clapping and like, yeah! I'm like, where were you 8 years ago?
That's my boy.
Yeah,
That's
where
my
were you 8 years ago, you
boy.
fucks?
Well, we've talked about how I feel about the Garfield movies. There's high points and low points, and the low points was the
Part 2.
super villain. Just the villain design in those movies in general was dog shit, but especially 2. So I guess it was shouldn't have been surprising that I didn't like the Game of 2 as much as the first one. But yeah, Sam Raimi, thanks for coming back to do this.
Yes. I know he had to go through 2 months of reshoots, but I don't care. He made it work.
His first movie went 9 years or something like that.
Yeah, the last movie he made was, I think, the Wizard of Oz movie.
Yeah, I forgot about the one with
The Great and Oz, the Great and Powerful.
Yeah, I forgot that was him.
I think that's the last movie he did, and then he kind of like took a. Well, he's been producing mostly and like stuff like that. I don't think this is the first movie I think he's directed since then. But way to come back with a bang! He basically made the first Marvel R-rated horror movie.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I liked it. It was Raimi all over.
Yeah, it's the most Raimi's ever Raimi'd.
Oh yeah, like you said, and I immediately agreed with. It was very Evil Dead on Disney money budget. So, some great throwbacks, like his style, stuff that he's kind of done in the past. He had
tons of Evil Dead references.
A lot of Evil Dead references.
Yeah.
Real
there should be a drinking game associated with it.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
Yeah, I like some of the new characters I didn't like so much. Some were cool. Some, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool overall. I gotta say, it's
covered a lot of ground.
Definitely one of my favorites. People are saying they're disappointed, but like, it's because of the rumor mill. People get saying like I'm a nerd, but people get too into speculating and this is going to be where they introduce this and this and that. You know, like a poster came out. Let's dissect it for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the thing that's pissing a lot of people off, I think the title is misleading. And it's not that it's not delivering on what it's saying. It's that I think the title means something differently when you watch the movie. And I'll talk about that in the spoiler discussion.
Yeah, I know what you mean there too. But yeah, and when you hear multiverse, you think it's going to be like the whole movie's going to be hopping,
jumping from universe to universe kind of thing.
It's not. You want that?
Yeah.
I got a show for you. It's called Sliders. Pretty cool. I liked it a lot.
Until they go to Twisterland. We got the world of tornadoes.
Yeah, they were hoping for Marvel's Sliders, but it didn't work out. But overall, I liked it a lot. I guess we could just move into spoilers because I feel like
because there's really no way to talk about the movie without spoilers.
Yeah, so
the movie's been out for a week at this point anyway.
We liked it. Depending on how long I take to edit this episode, maybe it'll be 2 weeks.
Yeah,
hopefully I have the time. But so stepping in right away, I wasn't as many characters as I had heard reported that it was going to have
Yeah, there was a rumor going around that
Endgame.
this was going to have the most amount of like Marvel cameos in it than of any movie that they've done, like even more than Endgame.
And that almost made me roll my eyes a bit because I'm like,
Yeah, because I wanted it to be a movie. I don't want it to just be a cameo fest.
yeah,
Which is why when I watched the movie and I was like, oh, thankfully it's not that.
yeah.
Because I even heard a rumor that said that they were going to throw in like Tom Cruise as Iron Man,
yeah.
kind of thing. And I was like, please don't do that. Just leave it alone. Just how about we have a movie that's about Doctor Strange?
They probably decided not to because like Tom Cruise is like, okay, so then I step through a portal and then the whole movie's about me, and then I take my shirt off, and then he's like,
and then the Mission Impossible theme plays.
Yeah. Stop it, because it'll end up like his Mummy movie where
Oh God, just don't.
he rewrote the whole goddamn thing once he stepped off it. So
It's because he knew the director hadn't directed anything before. That's why.
that's probably why they axed that one. So I was glad to not see him.
Yeah.
And I'd be fine if I never do. As much as I like Iron Man and all that. But I think the cameos they did have really mattered.
Yes. One piece of casting, I was like, that rumor that's been going around for like 5 years actually was true.
Fan casting? Yeah, the fan casting.
Yes, that was great. And now I'm wondering, okay, so
the fan casting for?
So Mr. Fantastic shows up in it, and it's John Krasinski, and he's been rumored to be playing Reed Richards for like the last 3 or 4 years. They've been saying that there's a rumor going around that they're trying to get him to play Reed and trying to get Emily Blunt to play Sue Storm. And now that they have actually shown that Krasinski is playing Reed, I'm assuming that she's going to be playing Sue.
He was hoping, yeah, it was like a fan's choice thing. Like people were like,
and I'm okay with it because I like John Krasinski. I think he's fun.
Yeah, he did well in his cameo too, or his
didn't look stupid in that suit or anything. So I'm glad.
Yeah, so some movie fans are right, and you should listen to them once in a while, but maybe don't listen too much because then
you'll get Tom Cruise as Iron Man.
You'll end up with like, I think I saw Doctor Strange at the beginning of this, but then he got like buried under the massive amount of cameos.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm just glad that they didn't go that route. When it's all said and done, it was still a Doctor Strange movie.
Mm-hmm. And the way they handled Wanda.
See, that's the thing that got me the most because I'm glad the trailers did not ruin what they did with her.
They didn't Terminator 2 it. Like,
they didn't fucking show that she's the villain of the piece until like you actually see the movie. They made her look like she was. They even made it look like that scene where Strange, America, and I can never remember his girlfriend's name. Rachel McAdams. Yeah. When they go after Christine, when they go after that book that can help them, and that they're standing in the doorway and the doorway's like spinning.
Yeah.
They made it look like Christine was Wanda in the trailer.
Yeah.
So they kind of made it look like she's like his sidekick in the movie, and it turns out no, she's the goddamn villain in the movie.
And I loved it.
Yes, that just blew my mind. She is so good at being bad in that movie.
Being the villain, yeah. That's the way Scarlet Witch kind of is anyway. She's almost like an anti-hero. Like she was, I believe from what I remember, she was brought in as a villain because she's Magneto's daughter in the comics. She was brought in a villain in the Age of Ultron too, but that didn't last long. So I was glad we get to see her like
full on Scarlet Witch mode. Yeah,
with WandaVision, kind of you see
breaking her brain a little bit.
Yeah, so I loved it. Made me really appreciate WandaVision even more.
Yeah,
she was an excellent.
I felt bad for my brother and his fiance and my mother who went and saw it with me the second time, and they had not seen WandaVision. And I was like, you kind of need to watch that before you see this. And they're like, we'll get by. When it was over, I'm like, you'd probably get way more out of this whole situation if you had seen that show before.
You guys feel like the Illuminati right now? We can handle it.
Yeah.
Can you?
But yeah, the whole thing I was talking about, the title, I don't think the title is referring to the multiverse itself. I think it's the fact that because of the multiverse, it drove Wanda to madness. Because of the idea of her kids being out there in all these different universes, it drove her crazy knowing that they're out there and she's not with them.
Yeah, because aside from the one they stay in for a bit to kind of learn that, you don't know shit when it comes to a different universe, the different realities were a cameo. There's the scene where he saves her from Wanda and like tackles her, and they just go flying through like 10 or 12 of them, and then
Yeah.
and then one, and they stay there. So there's only a couple scenes where they're like in a different multiverse, like different universe. So
Mhm.
I could see being a letdown in that way, but I'm like, I don't know.
It didn't bother me because then the movie wouldn't be about
I don't-
Doctor Strange anymore. It'd be about these places that they're going.
Because you know what, I don't want to know. I don't want to predict everything that happens in the show. Because when I can predict everything, why would I watch it?
Yeah.
I'm happy not.
I think we got a cool view of a bunch of different ones in that little montage of them like flying through all the different ones.
Yeah,
That
the
basically
one, the pink
satisfied
one.
me. The cartoon one, the Evil Dead one,
Yeah,
when they played that
Yeah.
piece of music that Ash heard when he was going through that vortex at the end of Evil Dead 2.
yeah,
There's one where you hear that piece of music when they're tumbling again. I was like, I even laughed out loud from that. I was like, oh, that's awesome that he put that in there.
yeah. There's also the one with the Living
There's-
Tribunal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see like the three-sided head, kind of like the off the Transformers.
Like the Quintesson.
Yeah, Quintesson.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool to see that. That was a cameo. I haven't seen anyone talk about that. But yeah, I kind of wish they did a little bit more like universe hopping, but it didn't need to for the story.
Yeah.
But it would have been kind of cool if there was a battle between them, like if Wanda chased them. I think that would have been cool. Kind of like
Like they're running through a bunch.
sort of like in What If
Mm.
when they're fighting
Ultron.
Infinity Ultron through the different realities and the Watchers fight. I was like, that would have been kind of cool, but honestly, I'm not disappointed really either way.
Yeah, I like that they actually showed you the, what do they call it? The incursion,
Yeah,
like universe, like one where two universes have collided.
yeah.
Because they bring it up, and I would have been like, it'd be cool if we actually. I remember saying it to myself, like when they bring up like what happens when two universes collide, they kind of destroy each other. I was
Yeah.
like, it'd be kind of. I hope we get to see that at some point, and then you do.
Yeah,
And I was like, okay, that's rad.
Yeah, I was even that one had like its own Evil Dead reference.
Yeah,
You see Ash's car floating in the middle of the
Yep.
road.
yeah, just kind of like in the middle of the shot.
Yeah, so I was like, that's cool. Yeah, so I liked how there wasn't just Marvel Easter eggs; there was just straight up Sam Raimi Easter eggs.
Yeah, they replaced
Yeah,
all the rumors with Evil Dead jokes.
He had to have his boy in there. Bruce showed up
Yeah.
again, which is
I
great.
died when he started beating himself up like he did in Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, yeah. And my wife even commented on how like the demon ghosts or whatever that were like trying to pull them apart just sounded like Evil Dead demons.
Yeah,
Little cackling demons and shit. I'm
yeah,
like,
they sounded like Henrietta.
Yeah. So I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's still embracing that side of his film career.
Exactly.
You know, like where he started. I'm so glad that he's like okay with it. He's not like I'm not this guy that's making $250 million movies. You know, I made a movie for like $10,000 at one point, and I'm still happy about it. I still embrace it.
Still stand by it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's made him quite a few dollars.
Oh yes. And 2 sequels.
Yeah.
But even the first post credit scene was like a big surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Like one person that I never thought in a million years would be a part of any of these movies
Yeah.
has joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's Charlize Theron
Yeah, that was cool.
as
And
as
she's-
Clea.
his future
BFF. But like we didn't know who she was. I'm assuming because she, like when we saw it, when she cuts open that like portal into Dormammu's universe.
Yeah, that's where I had an idea. It might be
Yeah,
nice,
I'm like,
'cause
is she related to her? Is that something? Is she related to Dormammu?
Yeah,
And then it turns out, yeah, she's his niece.
yeah, I was like, I think that's clear, but I was like, I'm not sure, so I didn't
Yeah.
go. It's clear, everybody. It's clear.
Yeah, on the way home from the movie, like my friends are in the back seat, and then one of them looked it up on Wikipedia. And like, oh yeah, she's Clea. I'm like, okay.
That was pretty cool. I heard some people were disappointed by the end after credit scene, but I thought it was
It
hilarious.
was just a little cherry on top of a Evil Dead joke. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, definitely if you're a past Raimi fan, you're going to be more of a fan of this, but I think the whole tone of it was different than any of the other.
Yeah, it felt like a new style of Marvel movie because they didn't seem to follow the rules that Disney usually does, where like, oh, you can say shit maybe twice in these movies, and only violence is like punching and kicking and blasting. But oh no, and here there's like people getting impaled, cut in half, their heads cave in,
Turn into a shoestring.
yeah,
No?
yeah. It's like that scene with Black Bolt. Number one, I'm surprised they put Black Bolt in here after that shit show of a show he was on.
Yeah.
And had the same person playing him under that mask. Who plays Captain Pike on Strange New Worlds, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that. That's cool.
Yeah. Seeing his head cave in was, I mean, that was one of those moments where I was like, oh my God, Disney, what are you doing?
So, speaking of like the cameos and everything, I'm not saying there's less. I think I appreciated them more because the ones that they used mattered.
Choice, yeah.
Yeah. Like we got the Illuminati, which is usually Mr. Fantastic, Professor X, Namor the Submariner, Black Bolt, and
Captain Marvel.
Doctor Strange. I don't think Captain Marvel is usually on that, but I may be wrong.
Mordo.
Well,
this one, and this,
Mordo is in Space of Strange, and they had Captain Marvel instead of Namor, I believe.
Yeah.
So I was actually hoping to see Namor when I heard rumor of because you can't not have shit spoiled for you no matter how hard you try sometimes. But we'll see him at some point because I'm sure they gotta scrape the bottom at some point. I don't think he's the bottom. Don't get me wrong, he's at the bottom, but it's like
he's from the bottom of the ocean. What?
Doesn't seem to be known as much as I think he should be. He was the first mutant in Marvel and kind of stuff like that. But it was cool to see the Illuminati. As we mentioned, we had John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. We had
Captain Marvel.
We had
different Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Professor X. We had
Black Bolt,
Captain Carter,
and Captain Carter from What If.
And her live action debut. That was really cool.
That was awesome. I geeked out when I saw that. I was just like, it's about fucking time they gave her something big to do.
Yeah, and Black Bolt. So I was happy to see that they kept it for the most part. I mean, like I say all the time, I can appreciate when things are different than the comic. I don't want the exact thing all the time. But one thing they just kept that they made the movie. It made the movie. You can tell I'm doing the Italian.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
When Professor X came rolling, he had to show up late, fashionably late, and goddamn, what an entrance!
Yeah,
because they used the do when he comes in. I was like,
yeah. They play the theme from the X-Men cartoon, and he is in the wheelchair from the cartoon.
Yeah, he's in the floating yellow chair and everything. I was like, oh, amazing!
It's like a chariot almost.
The grandest entrance of all the MCU. Take that, Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, that was great. Because like the second time I saw it, I think the funniest thing about when I saw it the second time was the first time I saw it. I got a story. Second time I saw it when Professor X rolls in and he like turns to face the camera. This girl behind me goes, "Oh my God, it's Captain Picard."
Multiverse is really happening.
The first time I saw it, when they showed the trailer for Thor Love and Thunder, there was like a group of 13, 14-year-old girls sitting behind me, and one of them, when they showed Thor like full on in the shot, one of the girls behind me goes, "Oh, fucking marry me."
That's a pretty cool trailer too. I'm hoping they don't show
too much
the villain from that one in any trailers. I want to.
Oh, Christian Bale. Yeah.
I want to be the first time I really see him because I've seen the toy. But the first time I really see him, I want to see it in the movie. Like,
yeah, I hear you won't even recognize him.
It kind of sounds like he'll look like bald Patrick Bateman with a flaky powder makeup on. But I don't know.
Is he gonna listen to Huey Lewis a lot?
I hope he uses his Batman voice.
I don't have throat cancer.
I hope he says his line. I'm not wearing hockey pads.
But yeah, long story short, Doctor Strange 2 is pretty damn rad.
Yeah, what'd you think of America Chavez?
I liked her. I don't know if we're gonna see her anytime soon after this.
Yeah,
I don't see the point unless the whole Phase 4 is gonna end up being about multiversal stuff.
I really hope they don't overkill it. Like, I hope they don't do any more
Like multiverse
time
hopping
travel.
movies. Yeah,
I don't need multiverse, and because that's when stuff starts to jump the shark.
yeah.
So
They could just completely go overboard with it, and then it will turn into cameo fest.
That's what I was really worried about going into this movie was,
Yeah,
are they gonna jump the shark? Are they gonna overdo it?
yeah.
And thankfully they didn't. They reined it back in. They let the rumor mill say what they wanted. You know, you're gonna see. I didn't have to see Tom Cruise. I think Tom Cruise would ruin the MCU no matter what he does.
Yeah.
But he's the traffic cone. Oh my god, I'm done. I'm
No. No. Well, that's why I'm glad the next one is Thor 4, and that doesn't have anything to do with multiversal stuff, thankfully.
multi mythology stuff though.
Yeah, I'll be okay with that, though.
Yeah.
And it crosses over with Guardians of the Galaxy, which the more Guardians of the Galaxy, the better.
He's one of the Ravagers, so that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked everything about it.
Yeah, I gotta say, yeah, the cameos were awesome.
They picked just the right ones too, which I think is what was key.
Yeah, nothing kind of jumped out at me as being like that didn't need to be in there.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Even found a way to work Christine back into the story, which I thought was great.
Yeah, without
like they did at the end of the first movie. They just kind of like threw her in there a couple times just to have her there. They didn't make
it too cheesy either. She was
like,
more of like a heartaque for him than like a love interest.
And they fucking called it, and they basically at the end of this movie they're just kind of like, yeah, we're never going to see each other again. So there you go.
So that was cool. I liked the way they did it. There was no cheesy.
Yeah, they wrapped it up and it's over.
Yeah, so
it's like we're moving on because now he's got Supergirl.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, definitely overall huge into it. I can't wait to have something new Marvel to talk about.
I'm gonna go watch it again in 3D probably this week.
I liked it more than Moon Knight.
So did I.
So
yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Disney Plus has a pretty clear model for how they do their shows now. They either get a 6-episode season or a 9-episode season. And I think this needed to be a 9-episode season.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it hurt it. I liked the pacing overall throughout the season. I liked the intrigue and mystery of like, what the hell's going on with this guy? Because even as a fan of Moon Knight, I was like, I know a bit, but I don't know everything. So I was still like fully into like, what's going on with this guy? And I was happy that like more people are going to know who the fuck Moon Knight is now, not just call him White Batman all the time.
He's nothing like Batman.
No, he's not. But I could see how the appearance. He throws the fucking moonerang or whatever he calls it. I don't know. I assume it's just a moonerang.
That thing he rips off his chest.
Yeah. So if anything, I've never seen Batman throwing something that he takes off his chest until Pattinson. So
yeah,
maybe he's just Black Moon Knight. Anyway,
no, you didn't.
I love Batman. And I was right into the show, especially the first few episodes. But then I feel like I was seeing less Moon Knight than I would like to see. The story overall, but the last couple episodes, I was kind of like, so the next episode's the last episode? I'm like, they got a lot of shit to wrap up in one episode. And I was like, there's got to be a season 2 coming. And then like it just kind of rushed through the last episode. And then they brought in another hero that I was like, I haven't even got to see Moon Knight yet. Can I see Moon Knight? Can I see Moon Knight fight? Go away.
Although the line that little kid threw at her was great. Like, are you an Egyptian superhero? Yes.
Yeah. I was like, she's pretty cool, but
although she was basically Wonder Woman.
I've got 8 minutes to see Moon Knight. Can I see Moon Knight?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, well, I want to see Moon Knight kick the shit out of some guys now, without it blacking out and him just come back and they're all beat up. So yeah, I gotta say overall disappointed, but I was right into it, until I'd say maybe like the last 2 episodes.
See, I'm on the flip side of that.
You weren't into it?
Yeah, I wasn't into it at all for the first 4, and then the last 2. I mean, like the last episode, yeah, it did rush everything, but like that episode before it where he was in the mental institution for the whole time, and then they were in the desert on the ship and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, okay, they're finally explaining what the fuck's been going on. It's been confusing the shit out of me. Like, I finally understand what the rules are.
Yeah, I was liking the payoff. Sure,
Yeah.
and that second last.
And then the last episode kind of like rushed through the finale of it.
That could have been at least.
I
2
wish that
episodes.
they had a lot more instances of like, what was his name? There was Steven and the two characters. Or was it Steven and Mark?
Yeah.
Of like Mark having that weird blackout.
Yeah.
I wish there was more
He did that
instances
a
of
lot,
that to like set it up.
At first, there was a lot of it, right?
Well,
Like,
I mean, like there was. Well, a lot of times it was Steven blacking out because it was when Mark would take over and he just wouldn't remember it. But I'm talking like Mark blacking out and even Steven not remembering it.
Right. Yeah.
Like I wanted more of that setup for the big payoff, like the after credit scene, as to what's really what's really going on. And I was like, I wish there was more of that setup because it kind of like came out of nowhere almost for me.
Yeah.
And kind of ruined a pivotal moment of the episode too.
And I also felt like he could have been setting up for season 2,
which I think
I don't know if they're just throwing the scent off the trail until like they bring it back. But I saw a thing of like Oscar Wilde saying like, "Oh no, it's just like a 1 season thing, and that's all we're doing. That's all it was intended to begin with." I'd love to be the character again, but he's like, "I don't think there's going to be a season 2.
I'm sure there will be.
We're not planning a season 2 as of now." I'm like,
there will be.
Now I'm pissed off because I was like,
leaving that off the way they did with like finding out that he has like a third personality.
Yeah,
they have to.
Jake Lockley, which is like a psycho personality.
Yeah, they have to not leave him like that. Like, okay,
cool.
well, where's this going to go now? Kind of thing.
Yeah, it kind of didn't seem like you could integrate him into something else. That's what I worry for. Is like, and how are you going to integrate it with something else if you don't have a season 2 to set up something?
Unless he just randomly shows up at Avengers 5.
Oh god, I don't know how I got here. Oh,
yeah. Oh, Jake brought us here.
Yeah. So that was cool. Like I liked the whole mystery going through the whole thing. But yeah, that last episode just rushed it too much. And then if there, I'm gonna say it like this: if there's not a season 2,
what the fuck?
Bullshit.
Yeah.
If there is a season 2, okay. Then it's like to say like.
It does need to keep going, I feel. I mean, to me, it felt like they were keeping it open for another season.
Yeah, I'm really hoping, but I just read a couple things the next day that's saying that.
You know the way they lie about this shit just so they don't get a hype level up? Yeah. You know there's going to be... You know, everything that Disney does is super popular. They're going to bring it back.
I know it just ended today, but season 2 went.
It makes sense. It does make sense that they're not going to make a season 2 of WandaVision because, yeah.
We kind of saw it.
Yeah, we kind of saw how it really ends.
Yeah, so on that note, like I said, if they don't follow up with the season 2, it felt like it was too short.
Yeah.
And 6 episodes isn't a season. I don't know where they're getting these ideas that 6 episodes is a season.
I think they kept it 6 episodes because this was kind of an experiment to see how they can do a more adult version of one of these stories and keep it kind of like nasty and gritty and dirty.
Yeah.
And I think they only did 6 because they didn't know if it was going to be popular or not. And now that obviously people have watched it and like it, they're probably going to be like, okay, we can do another one.
We fucked up. Here's the other 3 episodes.
Yeah. Oh, here's a mid-season thing. Like, oh, block, here you go.
Yeah. Hope so. So yeah, I'm really hoping they do more. I've always liked Moon Knight. And like I said, I feel like he's an underutilized character. Like even in the comics, they don't use him as much as they should. So happy for more of that. Football Sonic 2. How'd you feel about that?
I didn't like it nearly as much as the first one. I thought it was too long. Too much non-Sonic related stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I also felt that the humor level dipped way low compared to the first one, where it was like the first one felt like it was being made for adults and kids, and this one felt it was more like just geared to the kids.
Yeah, the Jim Carrey amount of like jokes and stuff seemed on point, but a lot of the other stuff felt flat for me.
Yeah.
Robotnik.
Like the first one made me laugh. This one did not make me laugh.
Like I was gonna say, Jim Carrey made me laugh. The other parts that were obviously supposed to be funny, I was like, "Is this a Tyler Perry movie out of nowhere?"
Yeah. Seriously, you're not kidding. Because all of a sudden it's just like Sonic. What? Oh wait, Sonic is gonna die in an avalanche.
Yeah,
let's have the main character, or what's his name, Donut Man, or Donut Lord, his sister-in-law, chase around her two-time and hubby around like this resort for 10 minutes.
Yeah, she didn't go fast.
No,
So,
until she got the golf cart.
Yeah, there's like this whole espionage scene, and I was like, "This is
what?"
None of it was funny. The whole part fell flat for me, and I was like, "Just get back to the Sonic stuff."
It felt like a totally different movie. It's just like, can we get back to Sonic, please? He's the reason why I'm here.
And like you said, also the deputy was supposed to be
the whole thing with him breaking into the coffee shop
fell flat. Yeah.
Like it was just like, what does this even have to do with anything?
I gotta say though, I love Idris Elba as Knuckles. I thought that was great.
Yeah, Knuckles. I mean, when it dealt with Sonic and Knuckles and Tails, I was like, okay,
yeah, and Robotnik.
Like this is what I paid to see. This is what you set up in the last one. This is what I wanted to see. This is funny, and I like the fact that they got the actress that's been voicing Tails in the games to come back and do the movie version.
Yeah,
and Idris Elba, I thought was great as Knuckles.
Yeah, and besides like if you cut out the couple of scenes that have nothing to do with Sonic, like
it would have been way better.
Great, it would have been as good as the first one, I think, because I loved that Robotnik had like the crazy big machines and stuff, like more.
Yeah, and he made his big robot self at the end that looked just like one of the game
Superman
like bosses.
Yeah, so and like.
Did you notice that his little robot drone things ended up taking on the shapes of the robot like enemies that you would fight? Yeah, I was like, that's awesome.
we're commenting on that. Actually, my wife and I were like, oh, look at that! Like, there's like the wasps and there's like these. I
was just expecting to see like a bunny go hopping away at some point.
Yeah, and I was like, probably because it's a kids movie, they're not going to show him like enslaving animals and turning them into cyborgs like in the cartoon in the game. Like that's what I loved about the one cartoon, because I know they were running two Sonic cartoons at the same time, and I wasn't even aware until like years later that there was another Sonic show. Because my wife is like, "Yeah, I used to like this one," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? Is that Sonic Underground?" Because I don't think I watched that. She's like, "That too," but I like the other one. I was like, "Oh, I like the one where he like enslaved the animals and made them into cyborgs, and he was like trying to free them." I'm like, it was actually like super. Like it felt like more of an adult story than like what you'd think was happening in the games. But yeah, I don't know. I think that was a good way of getting around that. So I was like, yeah, I get why they're not doing it. This is a kid's movie after all. But overall, I enjoyed it. But yeah, there was some parts that could have just definitely been cut out to make.
Yeah, it just felt like long drawn out at times. That just. If they cut out all that junk that just didn't have anything to do with Sonic, I think it would have been a much better and obviously shorter movie.
Yeah, like I think the story in general for the second one was pretty well told.
I mean, come on, the fucking Chaos Emeralds are in it. I mean, I was surprised that they did that they didn't even mention it in the first movie. That's the whole point of those games.
Yeah. Okay, spoiler if anyone's happened to see, but the end where he goes to stomp on them.
Yeah.
Turns into Supersonic.
Yeah.
And he throws I was like, it's Goku!
Yeah, because like when they showed him like emerge as like Supersonic, I went like, oh shit!
It's a bummer to know that Jim Carrey won't be back, and they also said they're not going to recast.
Yeah, they're just
Robotnik's gone.
So,
but there's a post-credit scene in this.
Sets up a new villain.
Maybe like right before the credits, but
yeah, it was like the halfway point. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really cool to see Shadow coming in. I really thought I thought if there was a third one, there was going to be like Metal Sonic.
Yeah, I thought I was expecting either Metal or Shadow, and they did Shadow, or even like that stupid werewolf bullshit.
Yeah, Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah. So when I saw Shadow come out, I was just like, oh, okay, where's part 3?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in going to see another one. I'm a little sad that. We didn't get to go see that in the theater because the last movie we went to before the pandemic, which was the last movie we saw until we went and seen Ghostbusters in the theater as a family, was the first Sonic. So I was like, it'd be perfect if the first one we went to when we can go back to the theater with the kids with Sonic 2. But then I was like, oh, it's on HD on the site. I'll just watch for free when I come back from Doctor Strange. So we just had a whole movie day. It was great. But yeah, the kids actually responded well to Doctor Strange too, but then they were more excited for Sonic because they were obsessed with that movie. So
Sonic.
they were obsessed with the first one for the longest time. So yeah, but my daughters they like that Five Nights at Freddy's shit. So the jump scares in Multiverse of Madness, they were like,
yeah,
they loved it. Oh!
And the thing that got me the most was they were legitimately kind of scary because they didn't telegraph that shit in advance.
Yeah, there was no.
And it wasn't all about that beep music, stinger.
Suspense. Yeah, the stringed instruments.
Yeah, no, it was what's her name? It was Wanda like lighting up those torches when she's in that church at the end, and then she happened to lights one, and it's that creature's like right there.
Yeah,
I mean, stuff like that. Like I even like legitimately went like, oh shit, I didn't even see that coming. I was like, okay, you got me. Movies rarely get me anymore.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So kudos again to him for doing that shit. But we're talking about Sonic 2 now. But yeah, I'd definitely be down for another one.
Yeah. I mean, like, the second one, I think, dipped in quality a little bit. Not like I think the first one is, like, high art or anything.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was a fun, way better than it had any right to be video game movie.
Yeah, I'd say that was got to be one of my favorite video game movies ever. Is the first one, actually.
And the second one just, I don't think, lived up to it.
This one, yeah, if they just cut out those two parts, if they just do a quick edit.
Yeah,
he's awake a second later.
Yeah, it's like Sonic's being chased by a fucking avalanche. Let's deal with the jilted bride thing.
Yeah,
that's like this is stupid. What does this have to do with anything? I'm like, I don't care about this character. Just get back to Sonic.
God damn it, military! Why you always got to fuck everything up?
Yeah,
the military's fault. Are they ever? I don't think they're ever portrayed as a good thing in it.
No,
in any movie that's not about soldiers.
Yeah, if it's not directed by Michael Bay.
Yeah. Soldiers aren't the main focus of the thing. They're always the bad guys.
Yep.
I watched Avatar for the second time ever today.
Oh, because you saw the trailer for the part 2?
Because my daughter saw the trailer for part 2 when we went.
She's like, "What's this?"
And she's like, "Oh, this looks cool." I was like, "Oh, there's the first one I've only watched once." What is the highest grossing movie of all time for some reason?
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who like shit their pants over it. I remember being like,
I saw it in 3D.
I saw
it opening night in 3D, and then I saw it one other time with a girl that I was trying to date.
Yeah.
And I think I've watched the director's cut because I have the Blu-ray with the director's the extended cut on it, and then I watched that one. So I've seen the movie 3 times in my life.
Yeah, it was a good movie. But for
it's
some
okay.
reason,
Yeah, it's good. It's not like, oh my god, my boner is ripping through my pants.
It's
good.
Yeah, it's just like one of those movies that you're like, it's good, but I don't have really a need to see it again. I don't know.
I liked it. I don't
feeling
love
as
it.
I got when I saw Iron Maiden. I was like, oh, that was a good show. When they come around again, I've never been like, oh, I got to go again. For some reason, they were really good live. But other bands, I'm like, got to see them every time they come around.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah, that's the way I can best describe it. Like,
I mean, I like it. I like it just fine. I think it's a good movie. I don't think it deserved an Oscar.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's like the highest grossing, like you said, like the highest grossing movie ever. I don't understand that.
Endgame beat it, and then they put it back in the theater for like a weekend or a week.
Yeah, and it made more. It did beat it again.
Shut up. Yeah. No, you cheated. Put Endgame back in theaters and see what happens. I'd go see it again. I'd go see it again. I don't care if I got it 4K.
Yeah, no shit. But yeah, that's. I mean, I mean, as much as when I saw the trailer for part 2, when I saw it with Doctor Strange, I was just kind of like, oh, that's like 12 years too late.
Yeah.
But I'm probably gonna go see it anyway just because.
Yeah. I'm interested in going to see another one, but I'm not hyped.
But don't forget,
I'd be more happy if you just
there's
cut that out.
3 more of them after that.
Yeah. And aren't they filming them all at the same time?
They filmed 4 movies at the same time.
I don't know if I'm that excited. Why couldn't he have done that when they were making Terminator 2?
Yeah, I know, right?
He'd still be releasing them and be like, they're still great. Even though these were filmed in 92, holy shit, they're so great. You didn't have to touch up anything for the release.
I guess like the plan is like there's going to be an Avatar movie at Christmas, and then the following year will be a big Marvel movie at Christmas, and then an Avatar movie, and then a Marvel movie. I know they were talking about having it be alternating Star Wars and Avatar, but Star Wars is like off track now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird how they can do like 3 Marvel movies in a year and everyone's like, and then like 2
They
Star
do
Wars
two
movies.
Star Wars movies, and everyone's like, "Oh, fuck this!"
What are you doing? You've ruined it.
Yeah,
I didn't have to. I didn't have a whole life change in between movies coming out.
So yeah, that's the thing. So
Yeah, well, yeah, I want to see it, but I'm like, I don't care if I miss it in the theaters at the same time.
yeah, I'm not gonna. I'll see it in the theater, but I'm not gonna be one of those people that just like rushes out like
I'm not
first
gonna camp
weekend.
out. I'm not camping
Yeah.
out.
It's coming out when I'll probably be on my like 2-week vacation at the end of the year, and I'll probably just go see it when I'm on vacation.
All right, sweet. So, yeah. Well, speaking of movies, why don't we do a highlight?
Ooh,
What you
I
thinking about
might
that?
have one over here for you.
You might.
I do.
So
I
you've been
lied.
robbed in the last 2 hours.
So we were talking about this before we started streaming. I don't remember if I brought this up in the episode with Jay. I think I did.
I
But
think
I
you just
can't be
mentioned
positive.
it real quick that you grabbed it. I think it was just a pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I picked my movie highlight to be heavy metal.
Ooh,
Steelbook
shiny. Why is it so shiny?
Steelbook slut. Even on the back, you got Den.
Ooh. How about that?
So this is if you haven't seen it, if you've been living under a rock since 1980, this is an anthology movie. And is that a scratch? No, that is not. No, it's like an antenna.
You're a scuff book slut now.
I was like, what the fuck? Who scuffed my shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an animated like anthology movie based on the heavy metal comic. It's like a bunch of like sort of related stories that have to do with this like evil orb that has been like jumping from like planet to planet, like spreading its corruption and shit.
It's a creep show with more tits.
Yeah, it's creep show with titties and yeah.
It's more
with
metal.
animated areolas. It's fantastic. It still holds up after all these years. I think I watched this the day that it showed up. The transfer, and this is the 4K version, by the way. The 4K transfer is absolutely fantastic. It's the best it's ever looked. It's the best it's ever sounded. The soundtrack to this movie is fantastic. It's like all 1980s rock bands, like Sammy Hagar and the Dio, Black Sabbath, and Blue Oyster Cult.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but when you brought it up, I had to mention the cheesing episode of South Park where they like trip out and they just drift into like heavy metal world. It's so funny.
Yeah, but it's still great. I love the Tarna story. That's like the last story in the movie that this poster is based on and all that.
I gotta rewatch it.
But the funny thing about this, and I was telling you about this before we started filming today, is this movie came out in 1980. I was 5 years old when this came out. My parents took me to see this in the drive-in because my parents did not know what the comic book was. The comic book was known. I mean, I found out later on that the comic book magazine, I guess, has always been known as being like steampunk, cyberpunk, science fiction, horror, erotica.
Yeah.
And it's known for being like adult, like really, really adult with nudity and violence and all that kind of stuff. My parents were not aware of this.
Yeah, if you're
They saw animated movie and they said, "Let's take the kid."
Yeah, if you were to
they did.
If you're trying to buy this magazine, chances are it was probably up by the magazine.
The Playboys, yeah,
Yeah,
like behind the counter,
top shelf there. Yeah,
yeah. So my parents just saw animated movie. Let's take the kid to see it at the drive-in. And I think within the first 10 minutes of the movie, they realized they had made a mistake because they kept on saying, we should probably leave. I remember my mom saying, let's leave. And my dad saying, like, I fucking paid for all 3 of us to see this movie. If it gets too bad, we'll just throw like something over Chris's head like we did when we saw Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Throw a blanket on him.
Yeah, but the thing was, I was sitting all the way in the back in the trunk of the car. Like they had to have reached over the whole back seat to get me. No, it didn't happen. I watched the whole fucking thing. So like I remember like the first pair of titties showed up, and I was like, ah! I was like, those are the best tits I've ever seen. And it was just nuts. And I'm surprised the way that my parents were with horror movies with me when I was a kid. Like I was absolutely forbidden to watch them. I'm surprised I didn't freak out at some of the stuff that happened here because there's some nasty shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I remember a couple times trying to grab the magazine. So I remember around the spot where it was situated. I was like, heavy metal, this looks cool. And I remember getting a stern telling the few times I tried to reach for it. Put that back, please. I think one time was my dad when we were like looking at comics and stuff back in the day. And then another time or two, I remember being at like a corner store and like looking at comics and be like, what's this thing? Put it back. All right.
I remember like it being in the magazine section. It wasn't with the comics. It was always mixed in with the magazines, and it wasn't like behind the counter kind of thing, but it was like up higher. But I can't remember the name of the book franchise. It's kind of like Barnes. It's two names. It was like Barnes and Noble, but it wasn't Barnes and Noble. This is like in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Like B. Dalton Bookseller, that kind of thing. Okay. And I remember seeing it there and being like, "Oh, that's that movie I saw." Like, oh. But yeah, I still love it. It's still one of my favorite animated movies. It's fantastic, and like I said, it still holds up. And the cool thing about this set is that you get the movie itself on 4K and a Blu-ray, and it also comes with, unfortunately, a copy of Heavy Metal 2000 on Blu-ray.
I was just saying, so, I might have to pick that up because it's been a while since I've seen the original, and I don't think I've ever seen the 2000. I think I started watching it.
2000's horrible.
Yeah, I think I started watching it, but I have the soundtrack, as I told you, because it had
soundtrack's better than the movie.
I had an unreleased Pantera song, so I had to buy it.
I remember I was so excited when 2000 was coming out. Originally, it was called FAK2, FAKK2, and FAKK stood for a classification for a sort of a type of planet, like the way in Star Trek they call like a habitable planet a class M.
Yeah.
FAKK stood for a class of planet where there was a lot of shit going down, like it was like a forbidden planet kind of thing. And then they renamed it Heavy Metal 2000 because they're like, no one's going to go see that movie and realize it's connected to heavy metal in any way if you're not calling it heavy metal.
Right.
So they renamed it, and then went, instead of going to the theaters, it went straight to Encore. Which is like a shitty cable channel that Starz owns. And I remember we didn't have it at my house. A friend of mine had it, and I went over to his house to watch it, and we're just sitting there like this the whole time. Because instead of it being an anthology, it's a single story about Julie Strain plays the lead character, and it's about her trying to kill Michael Ironside because he killed her family or something. And Billy Idol shows up in it for some reason.
Please don't.
It just, like I said, the soundtrack is way better than the movie.
All right. Well,
and the movie's pretty bad. It was made by the guy who married Julie Strain, who was one of the creators of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think it was Eastman.
Okay. Kevin Eastman, yeah.
And yeah, Kevin Eastman, I think he shepherded it, and then he threw his wife in it like Rob Zombie throws his wife in everything he fucking does.
What? I don't think I've ever noticed her in our.
I don't know, man.
In every one of his
movies?
She's
playing Lily Munster in the Munsters movie that his bitch ass just made.
I'm surprised in his version of Halloween she wasn't just Mike Myers.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's unexplained. We just gender swapped him.
Yeah, why not? My wife is the best actress of all time. So yeah, it was a bad idea. I think they should have just left it alone and kept with the format that the first one had, or just not make it.
Probably for the best. Well, I'll be checking it out. I think I want to try to get a hold of that.
It's worth it. It's like I said, the 4K transfer is fantastic.
Oh yeah. I want to watch the movie too, but I saw Steelbook. I just gotta get it.
Steelbook slutty.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm slutty. Oh, I'm slutty.
Well, we're talking about things we picked up. Why don't we do some pickups?
Oh, let's do it.
We got it. Let you go first.
Okay. Haven't been buying much of anything. Number one, I'm saving to go to Mo Game Con in July. Number two, it's just my new car is eating up all my spare money and gas prices.
Yeah, I feel that.
So the only pickups I have are what I picked up at the Midwest Gaming Classic, which I budgeted for 2 weekends ago when I went. And I showed these off in a stream that I did a couple weeks ago. But I'll show them again here. And actually, the funny thing is, last year, I basically stayed within like a time period of games.
Mm-hmm.
This year I jumped around all over the place. I went from like the oldest to like the newest. So like oldest is Vectrex, and I bought this game called A Crush of Lucifer.
Oh, is that one of the new homebrew ones?
Well, no, actually, if you read this label up here, it says the last official GCE Vectrex title lost for 40 years.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
so this was in development back in the early 80s, and it just got canceled because the Vectrex got discontinued.
Okay, I was gonna say because I know there was one official game, and there's been a bunch of like homebrews going around lately.
Yeah, I've been buying a lot of homebrews, and the funny thing is, I got all those homebrews from the same place I got this, which is that local game shop that I go to. The guy loves the Vectrex, and he gets like all the homebrew stuff. But I found this at that guy's table at the Midwest Gaming Classic.
Oh, yeah, the same guy. And, that's cool.
Yeah, same guy. He recognized me too. He like looked at me and he went like, "Huh."
Can I have a moment's peace from this guy?
Yeah, this guy takes all my good shit.
Yeah. Everyone's complaining.
I won't have anything to sell tomorrow, fucker.
That's him. That's him. That's what I was telling you.
Although he did have, he still had his complete inbox copy of what's that? Steel Battalion.
Ooh.
He still had it from last year. He still was trying to sell it this year, and I talked to him about it at his store after last year's MGC, and I was like, "Oh, did you end up selling that Steel Battalion box?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Well, yeah, no one's gonna want to buy it for $1,300."
Yeah, did they have a bunch of people? Did they have like a Steel Battalion setup at MGC?
Not that I saw.
Oh, okay, I thought I saw Riggs's video.
No, I didn't watch his video, so I didn't really go and check out a lot of the rooms because I was only there for like one day.
Okay, yeah.
I basically went there to go to the dealer's area and to get the autographs that I wanted to get and stuff like that. And then we left. But the game itself is kind of like playing Star Fox, and it's like an into the screen shooter, and you control the ship, and you're blowing up lines because it's Vectrex. Yeah. And your whole point is you can kind of see it on the back. I don't know if it'll show up. You kind of end up fighting the devil.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that totally looks like it looks like a low res Star Fox.
Yeah.
Wireframe.
So it's pretty fun. I played it on my stream after I was done doing the pickups. I asked if the people that were watching wanted me to actually stream it because I got my Vectrex sitting right here next to me. Sweet. And I played it for about 5 minutes, and it's actually pretty fun. And then we went to the NES, and I bought a bunch of NES games, but the one I'm going to show up is I picked up Super Dodgeball. This is still one of my favorite NES games.
Cool. I think I got that kicking around too.
There was a point in time, I don't remember if it was in the 90s or maybe even in the 80s, or if it was in the 2000s when this got super expensive.
Really?
Like Funko Land was like putting it down as like the loose cartridge was like $100 or something.
Well, everything else was a quarter.
Yeah. And I don't remember what time period it was. I just remember going like of all games, Super Dodgeball? Like, what are you doing? Like, what? And all my friends were like, I'd show it to them on that slip. They're like, that has to be a misprint. I'm like, I don't think so. But yeah, it's basically Dodgeball. It's a real cool casual game.
I played it before. It's pretty.
That I've always enjoyed. Fun. I even have like a variation of this on the PlayStation 1. All-Star Slam and D-Ball.
Okay.
Which I talked about in my like Diamonds of the Rough for the PS1. And it's basically just an updated version of this. It plays exactly the same. It's just as fun.
I think I remember that part of your video.
Yeah, and that game is like if you can't afford a copy of Dodgeball, because this is kind of pricey. Because Nintendo and
it was more than the loose cart, which goes for $100. So
no, sorry, no, it was way cheaper than that. But like if you want to play this, but you can't afford paying $60 for a copy, get that PlayStation version because it's like $1. And then I was surprised. I found so much stuff for this console at the con. It blew my mind. But I bought Miss Pac-Man for the Lynx.
Oh yeah.
There was so much Lynx and Jaguar stuff there this year. It was nuts. I did not understand it. There's so much homebrew content out there for both of these consoles, and I couldn't understand it. I was just like, when did this happen?
Some people just gotta be obscure to be obscure.
I guess, but the games look cool. I mean, I've always like Miss Pac-Man's like my favorite of the Pac-Man variations.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just thought it'd be cool to play this on my Lynx, which I don't give enough love to. But the weird thing is, This is just a me thing. Like when you look at the game on the back, it's been stretched out to like fit the screen, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the Lynx games are designed for you to turn the Lynx upright and play it with the long screen. So why didn't they do that with this? Because it doesn't require any button presses. It just requires the D-pad. I have a game. I have a what's it called? Gauntlet 3 for the Lynx, and it requires you to do that to turn your Lynx on its side and play it vertically. Why couldn't they do that with this? I don't know. But there was an RPG that someone had made, a homebrew RPG that looks just like Final Fantasy for the Super Nintendo, like Final Fantasy IV, but they wanted $70 for a complete version. I was like, no.
It's a gamble.
This was like $20.
Yeah.
Or pay $70 for something I'd never played before.
Yeah, I've never heard it.
Yeah. So there's like no way. And then for the PSP, I picked this one up called WTF. And WTF does not stand for what you think it does. It stands for Work Time Fun. Because it's a bunch of mini games that revolve around work, like the workplace. And that's like, if you ever played Incredible Crisis on the PS1, that's basically what this is. Just a bunch of like little mini games. And the funny thing was, when I picked this up, I found it in this bin of PSP games at this one table, and there was a guy like directly next to me who was going through the same thing, and I picked this one out, and I was like, I've never heard of that before. And the guy next to me looks at it, and he goes, holy shit. And I go, what? And he goes, like, I collect for the PSP. Like, that is my console that I'm trying to, get everything for. And he goes, and I've never even heard of that game.
Wow.
And I was like, well, guess what, bitch? It's coming home with me.
So, I don't want to cut you off, but I've got a PSP story that's gonna make you bite your nails. So, at my work, it's been open for a while. So we've had PSPs, and no one's wanted to play them for a long time. So they've been just kind of like in storage. But one of the youth has requested, like, oh, could you get the PSP out? And I was like, yeah. We charged it and brought it out for him. And one of the other staff was trying to set him up with it. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll get you the game out. And we don't have the cases. So it's just the UMDs in like a Ziploc bag. Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, this one you want to play? Okay. Takes the disc out. And I'm like, you idiot.
The same thing happened to me at Half Price Books.
You're just like, no. He's like, come on, man. It's been like 14 years since I played one of these. I'm like, so you've played one of those and you still
don't know that you don't do that.
Thankfully, he was able to click it back together.
Yeah. When we went,
I kind of wondered why some of the other ones were in bad shape, because I'm like, oh, there's other people who are uneducated.
Yeah.
We need to have a training video about the PSP for the newer staff.
No, when I bought, I think it was Medieval for the PSP at Half Price Books. Yeah. The woman did not know that they come in that little plastic case.
Yeah.
So she undid it right in front of me, and I go, no. And she's like, what? I'm like, put it back, because she was holding the disc in her hand. I'm like, put it back. She's like, what? I'm like, put it back, and she snapped it back together. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, that's like the thing. That is it. That the whole contraption fits into the PSP. She's like, oh. I don't know video game stuff. I'm like, it's obvious.
Why do you work here?
Yeah.
Is there other things there that are video games? Or is it just like the owner's wife or something?
No, it's just like some young girl. But this came out before I was born. Fuck you.
Why were you born if you don't even know about the PSP?
To quote Giancarlo Esposito in Maximum Overdrive, "Yo mama."
Okay. Yeah, I had to share that with you because it's been bugging me for a while.
Yeah, like I said, the same thing.
It was a fresh thing. It only happened about 2 days ago, but I was like,
now you know why these are in storage, you fucks.
I know a feel-good story is I finally found my PlayStation TV that's been MIA since I moved my game room, and I was like, I've ripped bins apart going, okay, where is this thing? I know I haven't put it anywhere else. Yeah, you know those old units that you could buy? It's like a TV stand thing specifically for the NES. Picture Mario on it with the Nintendo and the little trapdoor that opens up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in there. That's the only thing I didn't look in this entire game room.
Jason.
I usually only keep memory cards and like other crap. I must have been like moving it and been like, oh shit.
See, I'm still bummed that I didn't listen to Reggie and go and buy one of those things when they were like $10 at Walmart because now they're like $300 and I still don't have one.
Yeah, I'm mad at mine. Want it? Just kidding. No,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
But the last game I picked up there is like as new as it could possibly get, and like I was saying, I bought Halo Infinite.
Hell yeah.
So, but yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. The graphics, I think aside from the load times, because this does take a long time to load because, you know, it's an open world game.
Mhm.
Aside from the load time, I don't think I'd be able to tell what the graphical difference is between this and like the Series X version because it looks beautiful.
Because you have
There was a definite upgrade when I played Forbidden West between when I played it on my PS4 and when I played on my PS5. It looked completely different.
Okay. Yeah.
But this looks beautiful, and there was no lag, no slowdown, no nothing. Like it's the load times that are the only thing that I think would be different.
Okay.
But it looks fantastic and it plays great. Like I said, the new abilities and weapons. There's a bunch of new weapons in it. The grappling hook is like fantastic. The story's great. The characters are fun. I love it.
It's
so
the
far.
video game adaptation of the show, right? I hope.
No. So
But-
yeah, it's great.
Can we get 3 cheers for Chief? He finally got laid. Did you watch the newest episode?
Yes, I did.
Hooray for Chief.
Yeah, Chief got his dick wet.
Never in his suit, so
Yeah,
it's playing
that would have been funny if he was doing it in his suit.
It's the only
It's
time
like-
he puts the helmet
I
on.
can imagine McKee going like, "You got a can opener?"
Yeah, it was like, I don't know about that show.
I like it despite the differences.
I think it just as a sci-fi show, it's interesting. But as far as like a Halo show, I'm like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not that devout of a Halo fan, but I'm like, it's been a Halo for about 5 total minutes of the entire show so far.
Does have great action scenes though.
Yeah. When it does Halo like right.
Yeah,
But then those must be expensive because they haven't done it very much.
yeah.
must-
I'm assuming. Well, yeah, they had the one in the first episode, and they had one at the halfway point. I think next week is the last episode. It's going to be a big something
Yeah.
or other.
His
Like I know
helmet-
we're finally going to see the ring in the next one.
His helmet must have an astronomical taxi meter in it. As soon as he puts it on, just costing money to wear. Our budget just went up 10 grand. He's been wearing it for 30 seconds.
So you got that roulette thing.
Bet I do.
So what did you get last time, by the way? I forget.
Ikaruga.
Oh yeah,
What did you get?
I got Turok 3.
Did you play Turok 3?
I did.
Did you beat Turok 3?
I did not.
Did you enjoy Turok 3?
I did. Until I realized how badly my hands hurt because I was playing with that fucking controller. And then I said, you know what? I'm not playing this anymore. I wish that limited run released like because I have Turok 1 and Turok 2 on the Switch.
Yeah.
Because they released like the upgraded like high def ports or whatever.
Mhm.
And I was like, I think Turok 3 is the best looking game on the Nintendo 64 of the 3 because that one actually used the expansion pack.
Yeah.
It looked great, and it's fun to play when you're not out. I'm not fighting with that fucking controller. But I'm sitting there going like, of all the games for me to put on this list, I should have put like 1 or 2 because then I could just play the Switch versions. The Part 3 is the only one that hasn't gotten the port.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck you. And I after a while, I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't fucking do this. So I've taken every single N64 game I had on my Backlog Roulette list off.
Fuck off, roulette.
I
That's
said,
what
fuck off, 64. You're done. You're done, son.
Take a hike. You cut from the
Yeah.
team.
So yeah,
I'm pretty sure Turok 3
I
is
like
level-
I said, I like the game, but I don't like the N64. So
I'm pretty sure the rarest game for the N64 is Turok 3, but not like the regular one. The one where if you were trying to beat it on co-op and couldn't, you had to like tell the company and they'd send you the corrected version.
what? You can't beat it with co-op?
No, apparently you can get to like the last level and there's like a glitch where you can't beat it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I think it was either that one or the other one. Was that 3 was Rage Wars, wasn't it?
4 was Rage Wars.
Oh, 4 that's the one that's only multiplayer, right?
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 3 is Shadow of Oblivion.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah. If you want to play it on co-op, sorry. But,
we done
unless-
fucked up.
yeah. So, yeah. But apparently, like, yeah, a guy found like a box of them that used to work for them and was like selling them for a while there. I'm like, oh yeah, I wish I would have got a hold of one of those.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
that's pretty cool. I'm sure they're astronomical. I haven't looked it up. But as far as is that all you guys for, as far as games?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll do my games and then you can.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally skipped over your pickups.
That's okay, man. That's okay. We were talking about your stuff still. We're good.
Okay,
well,
whatever.
I got the last limited edition Xbox 360 console that was released.
Nice. I had that design. It sucks.
Yeah, the S. Yeah, yeah, the black one. It looks more like a Xbox One and all that, but it's yeah, blue and teal. My daughter is a huge fan of it. Teal is like one of her favorite colors.
No, I'm not saying color wise. I'm just saying like I had the S and that overheated constantly.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, like I would take a disc out after playing it for 10 minutes, and it felt like my disc had been sitting on the surface of the sun.
Yeah, apparently this one is like the even more updated, so hopefully it won't. I don't know if I'm going to play it a lot, but I got a dirty good deal on it locally. It didn't come with any games or anything, but it's in pretty good shape. A little bit of scuff on the glossy part, but not too bad. And honestly, I like 360 enough that I'm just happy to have another version. So that's cool for me, especially knowing it's the last like special edition released, and it's got like a 500 gig hard drive in it. So I'm like, I don't think that was a thing used. I think maybe the last run of them, because I think 320 was the largest up until that I know had.
Yeah, I think the one that I had was the black one. I think it was 500 gigs.
Okay, yeah, because it came out like the same day as the Xbox One, so there was like still like an affordable console in the market. If people were like, "Oh, Xbox One's too pricey." So yeah, that's all I got for game pickups. I haven't been picking up much games at all, but
figs, bro.
No, I got figs. I just said that's all for games, bro.
Okay.
You got anything else you want to talk about before I ramble? It's not as much as usual. Before anyone tunes out. Yeah, I'll start off real quick.
Thank you, Hasbro.
To be fair, most of the stuff still Hasbro because it's stuff I ordered beforehand.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
before the breakup.
Yeah, I got a Transformer I bought, but he like came right out of the box right onto the clearance aisle, and I think they corrected it now. But I got Dragstrip. He's a Decepticon. He's part of the Menasor Build-A-Figure, so I might try to get the other guys if they don't go for a ridiculous price. I don't have a Menasor. I have Devastator. I have a couple of the other big ones, so that'd be kind of cool to have one that I build a figure at a time. He's the only one that's out so far as I know in Canada. There might be a couple more. But yeah, he's one of my favorite combiners, so it'd be kind of cool to have one of him. And then my order I placed in September showed up. So I got a bunch of shit. Some of it I've seen in stores, some of it I haven't. So I was happy to finally add it. I'm going to start with this big bastard here. We got the Violator from Spawn. This is a hefty figure. It feels like it's made out of clay. He looks like he's made out of clay too, but he's not. And I seen this at GameStop when I was in Thunder Bay the last 2 times, I think. And his box was massive too. So I was like, oh man, I hope he fits where I've got my Spawn figures, because I kind of like where they are. They're in with my McFarlane Mortal Kombat figures and my Terminator figures. So I was like really hoping he fit. And besides having to lift the shelf up to make him fit, he fit depth-wise. So I was happy that able to make that work.
That's a thick boy.
He's a big bastard. I love when they do a nice solid big figure like that. So that's cool. He hasn't fallen yet, so I don't have any cracks in my floor.
Those tiles, man.
And then some other stuff I've been waiting on for a while. I got the Battle Damage Predator from Predator 2.
Nice.
With detachable hand.
Yes.
So he's got his blood. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, and he's got his little cocaine mask.
Yeah. And he's got his disc. Yeah, nice. They usually come with it. He's got a couple actually, so that's cool. They came with awesome accessories. They're NECA figures. They always go above and beyond with the amount of hands, extra heads, and what have you. So there's an unmasked head and all that. Some real cool shit. And then I got I can't remember what this guy's like, something City Hunter, I think he was called. And he's got, he's got the laser, he's got the spear, he's got his own disc here. Love it. I'm always down for more Predators. I got to stop because where I got them now, it's full. It looks great.
Got the Alien versus Predator shelf.
It's kind of custom built because I want to build something that was tall enough to fit the Queen Alien in it. So there you go. And I have a Predator statue. I got about a year ago. So happy that. And then probably my favorite part, because this adds more villains to my Spider-Man diorama I've got going on. A couple guys I didn't have yet. We got Shocker.
Why hasn't he been in one of the movies yet? Because he's like Electro.
He has been in the. Yeah, he was in Homecoming.
Was he?
Yeah, with all those. That's the guy that fights him at the school, I think, when he punches him, like when they're fighting by the school buses and all that. You got to rewatch it.
Oh, you mean Bokeem Woodbine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
What? I had a brain fart there for a second.
Another villain I don't have. I got Hammerhead.
Ooh.
He's got brass knucks and a bat because that's all it takes to take out Spider-Man.
You mean he doesn't look like a Dick Tracy villain?
Yeah, no, that's not Flat Top at all.
No.
And then another one was probably my favorite villain of the bunch. He has his issues. For one, he doesn't have the scaly legs that the other figures have.
Oh shit!
I love me some Hobgoblin, and I gotta say, this is some bullshit. His glider sucks. He stands on it, and his feet overhang the back, and you can't even if I was just to try and stand him on it, like look how much of his feet is like.
That's stupid.
Not even on. Yeah, so he's always falling off the shit. I feel like I'm gonna break the foot holdings if I try to get him in there. That's my only real complaint. The Hobgoblin they put out a couple of years ago, like he had more detail, like the scaling on the legs and stuff. But I don't know. I'm just happy to have a Hobgoblin to add to my villain diorama, and I got 3. Now I'm basically just missing, as far as I'm concerned, I've got Rhino on order because they finally announced a Rhino for the animated series line, and I wouldn't disagree with a Chameleon. I don't have Chameleon, which is the first villain that was ever introduced for Spider-Man. So I think he doesn't fight him that much in the comics, but I think that it's worthy of being added.
What about the Green Goblin from Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Nope. I got the real Green Goblin.
And also Willem Dafoe.
I got Spider-Man 2099.
Yay.
It's one of my favorite suits for Spider-Man ever. I get to replace
that when I was playing Miles Morales.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of this suit. I used to like even reading the comic. And another suit that I'm a huge fan of is the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I love the articulation on these Spider-Man figures, and it made it hurt even more that I just broke up with Hasbro a few days before the show because I was like, I need more. But yeah, I've always liked the Ben Reilly suit. It's pretty cool. I really missed the boat on because they've released them twice, and I'm hoping they just do it a third time because I'll pay that stupid price. But I need a Scarlet Spider, bro. I need it so bad. I got it in the animated series line. I just need it for my Marvel Legends. Another one I've always been a fan of. I got the first appearance of this in the comics too, and that's the Spider Armor Mark 1.
Nice.
I always like the look of this. I think it looks
like
really
a hockey
bad.
player.
Really bad. He is wearing hockey pads. Speaking of stuff, I did buy this, but I got a deal on it, so I'm happy with that. Because I got one open. I got one open, and I played with the shit.
Symbiote Spider-Man.
Yep, one of my favorite suits in comics. And funny enough, 1 year for Christmas, woke up and Santa had brought me these 2 guys in this packaging. So it was like Christmas all over again.
Aww.
Christmas when I was like
Nostalgia like
11.
a motherfucker.
Christmas like when I was 11 all over again, but I paid for it. Santa would bring me it. But
Bastard.
yeah, I was happy that those finally showed up. Part of my order was held up by actually like I think the oldest things I bought. I thought that the Spider-Man figures were holding it up, and I checked on the site and they had reviews from people like ship so fast, and I was like, dude, this is like 3 months ago. There's no way mine haven't shown up. And I finally like contacted, and I was like, what's going on? And, I'm pretty sure everything is like been out for quite a while. Like, did you guys just like forget about my order? And they're like, it's actually NECA with their Ninja Turtle stuff, because I bought a Super Shredder and April O'Neil from the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
And those are what I was holding it up. I'm like, damn, those have been out in the States for...
Yeah, because I saw them at the C2E2 last year.
Yeah, that's how long they've been out. And that's how bad they are for shipping to Canada. Like, that's why I don't have a lot more NECA figures, is because I buy them.
They had the Danny figure there too, I think.
Yeah, that was an exclusive. They did like a kind of like a loot crate type thing. There's like a Turtles one, and he was an official. They had a Spirit version of Splinter, like when he talks to them in the fire in the first one.
Yeah.
That was the first one. I don't know. They got a couple others, but yeah. So I'm not a hard collector of the Turtles, but I was like, man, those are characters I think I should have. And yeah, that's what's holding up the whole order. So I was like, God damn. And they're like, we can just ship you those when they come in. And I was like, okay. And I'll wait a bit. And if they don't come in like another few months, I'm like, damn, ordering in Canada sucks. Because you remember my story before of like stuff I ordered and I just like, they never got it and they still haven't got it. And I'm like, all right, just cancel that. And I bought that shit ton of other like DC figures and shit. And they showed up like immediately. I was like, hey, they don't have bad customer service. They just have bad distributors in Canada, apparently.
Yep.
So that sucks. So not only do we get stuff late, we sometimes just don't get stuff at all. So I missed out on a Scorponok, which would really bum me out. And speaking of not wearing hockey pads, my buddy picked this up for me the other day. He went to Walmart and he was just kind of scanning these, seeing how much they were. There's a whole line of them. There's a Superman. You know, they always got to have a Superman, a fucking Aquaman, Wonder Woman car. Then
yeah, like, why does the Flash have a car when he runs everywhere?
Why does Superman have a plane? Like,
why does Wonder Woman have a plane?
Exactly. What plane? I don't see it.
Oh shit!
Anyway, these other ones, like you can see, actually, yeah, it's there's Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Riddler, and Selena Kyle have their own on the back there. The Catwoman one looks cool, almost as cool as the Batmobile. I might want to get a hold of that, but he scanned this and it was 2 cents. So he's like, yeah, I checked my receipt when I got home or got to work, and it was, it said this was 2 cents, and I was like, well, damn, I guess I'll have to go to Walmart. And then he like messaged me like an hour later. He's like, I went back and got like $35 worth of Hot Wheels for 10 cents.
Jesus.
So yeah, he bought a bunch more of them, and he's like, yeah, one's in my mailbox, just swing and grab it. I'm like, I love having nerd friends that live just down the street. So that was pretty cool. That's it for my pickups, besides these comics that I just totally forgot after saying it. That's it. The only thing I've really bought for myself, besides
heavy metal,
this cheap. No, the store that would sell those doesn't sell comics or magazines anymore, so that sucks.
Oh, man.
But so yeah, besides the cheap 360, this is the only thing I've really bought for myself. So I bought a couple, those 3 packs of comics where it's always a mystery, besides the front one. We got Wolverine patch, #1. Always loved the patch stories in the original Wolverine comics. When he goes to Madripoor and he's like basically trying to escape who he is. So I was like, oh, that could be a cool series. We've got Venom #5. I'm not sure what's up with this Venom. I haven't read it yet. Doesn't look very Venom-y, but I don't know. Who knows?
Why does he look like Black Bolt?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he looks totally different. But there's been a lot of stuff going on with Venom lately. So we got a sweet Daredevil one. For the most part, I got gold, but I got a couple ones I don't really give a shit about.
Like Howard the Duck.
There's a Star Wars comic, and the cover is literally Admiral Holdo and Rose. I'm like, oh, so the least favorite characters from that movie are definitely going to sell a comic book for you. That's why they had to put it in the middle of the 3-pack. New Ghost Rider series, #1. Always love me some Ghost Rider. This is special to me, by the way. There's no places to buy comics in my town or even near my town anywhere. So this is a special thing to find in town. I got the new series Moon Knight #8.
Oh,
So some pretty cool stuff in here. This is the Venom I know. Venom Lethal Protector 1. I guess they're doing a new series of Venom Lethal Protector. That's sweet. The same buddy that sent me, or they gave me the Batmobile, let me know that they had this, and there was a Venom cover he got and a new series called Carnage Forever, I believe. And I was like, those are sweet. And I went,
it's not like Batman Forever.
yeah, no, well, really hope not. And I don't know, they must have rebooted X-Men, or this is a different X-Men series, but I got #6.
Those costumes are terrible.
Yeah, and #5, I don't know if that's supposed to be Cyclops. What the fuck are you doing, bud? Well, never mind. Cyclops is right there. He looks Cyclopsy. So whoever this guy is.
No, he looks more unique, more authentic than the other one.
Yeah, I got the figure of this guy. He's pretty cool. I don't know who this is, though. It looks like, what's his name from Superman? Parasite, kind of looks like. But, yeah, I'm always up for more X-Men, though. Speaking of what the fuck, though, especially for a main series issue, but Amazing Spider-Man 885 is what the fuck. Does that Aunt May? I really hope that's not Aunt May and she's got powers now, because I hate it. I probably won't even read this one. I don't even know.
Did Aunt May go to the zoo?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know, but
That's a big no.
this one looks cooler. It's a lot thicker. Issue 875. Amazing Spider-Man. I love me some Spidey, so I'm always happy to get new ones.
Almost grabbing Mary J's butt.
I think that Aunt May one is the only time I've ever been not happy to get a new issue of Amazing Spider-Man. I was like, it's Amazing Spider-Man, but at what cost? And a buddy of my wife and I dropped off some comics after he went to Thunder Bay. He doesn't really care that much about collecting. He more just reads. And he's into Spider-Woman too, and he knows my wife. It's like her favorite Marvel character. So he's pretty much kept her up on the last couple of like series of her. So we got issue 18, issue 17 with Deadpool, and 16 with Deadpool, and 17. So that's sweet. And then a little something for me, Amazing Spider-Man 895. So that was cool. I always feel so left out. No, I'm just kidding. They always go in my comic boxes anyway. But my wife's got an almost complete collection of everything Spider-Woman. Like all her series. I think she's had about 5 or 6 series. I think throughout all of them, she's missing like 8 issues.
Wow.
So that's pretty awesome. He's kept her up on it. We kept up on it when we could go to the comic shops more. So excellent. So she's pretty happy. We're only missing, I think, 3 from her original series, and one of them has the debut of Siren. I don't know if you know who Siren is. It's basically Banshee's daughter with pretty much the same powers as them, but it's a girl now. So yeah, that's the only pricey one to get hold of. I think everything else is just pretty cheap. So we're going to make an active effort now that I've got an app to keep track of my comics to actually like try and go for all of them.
Nice.
Then we only got to do is like the new Avengers and stuff that she's part of the team kind of thing. So excited for that. I want to get into comics more. I've been thinking of getting subscriptions again, but I got kind of burned before when I would subscribe to stuff. Like I subscribed to a Wolverine series, and it ended like 3 issues into my subscription, and then they just start sending you something else. You're like, I don't want Fantastic Four. At least send me something like Wolverine adjacent. Yeah, send me
something X-Men-y.
Yeah, and then another time I was like, okay, I'm gonna subscribe to Spider-Man's main book, like when the stores in town stopped carrying comics, and then that's when they canceled all his side books, and they're like, Amazing Spider-Man will just be 3 times a month. So I had like a 2-year subscription, and it lasted me like 3 months because they 3 issues a month. I was like, damn it. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing it again though, because I hate going out of town and being like, I don't even know where to start. I'm so behind in everything.
Well, if you ever come and visit me, I got a comic shop like a block and a half away.
Well, we're trying. I just need money. We
Yeah.
After taxes royally fucked us, we had to like kind of postpone our plan we were working on. We were hoping to come sometime this summer. I'm hoping we can still do that, but goddamn, like I don't think I haven't had to worry about money for like quite a while, so it's kind of bugging me a lot. I stopped collecting, like I said, all this stuff. I pretty much haven't bought anything. Usually I go, okay, I'm not gonna buy anything. Okay, I gotta buy this because I'm not gonna find it again. But like I've actually been buying like jack shit. The only money I spent on myself was this cheap ass Xbox and a couple of things of comics. So for me, that's amazing. But for some reason, we still don't seem to have any money. I was like, see, collecting's not the problem. So yeah. Besides that, the only money I've spent on myself was like taking the family to Doctor Strange. So I don't know. He was hoping to. Plenty of money coming up so we can visit buddies and buy shit. Honestly, just want to buy shit. So we need to do our trades. As even if I come to see you guys, I won't need to buy anything because there's like I'll be bringing a tote of stuff to divvy up. So,
you're gonna get in some shit too.
Yeah, we do our big trades. And my wife always goes, you guys are cute." We always got like gift for each other. And it's like it's such good friends. I wish my friends were as cool. I'm like, yeah. That's why we're enabler bros. We all enable each other. So
damn right.
Good thing. All right. So we were talking about Backlog Roulette 25 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, that's okay, man. Yeah, you mostly enjoyed it, but you hated the controller. So that was your review of Turok 3.
It's just the Nintendo 64 in general. It's just like 50.
Ikaruga was a tough one. It took me probably the longest it's taken me to like beat a shoot 'em up game. But I can't say I didn't enjoy it. It was really fun. But I was
Yeah, I had that one back in the day for the GameCube, and yeah, I remember going like, "What the fuck?
Why?
Yeah.
Why this?" Bullet hell for the first time actually felt hellish.
Great mechanic though. I like that whole light and dark mechanic. It's great, but just really like, God damn, Treasure. The fuck were you smoking?
Yeah, it was a long couple sessions to beat that. Yeah, but I did like it overall, and I actually doubted myself because I played it before, but I've never like made a play to try to beat it.
Yeah, same here.
And I was just like, I didn't.
I remember it was the new game at GameStop, and I was like, oh shit, I should probably get this, and I was like, wow, God, okay, this is gonna take a while.
Yeah, so yeah, I doubted myself. And I should know to never do that. No, I'm just kidding. But gladly I beat it. So keeping up the trend of beating my games when I get them in this. So why don't we find out if this game will defeat me?
Oh shit!
Special shout out to Astro Boy that I forgot till the day after an episode, but I did end up beating it, and I played a punishment game. But I still count it. I still ended up playing it. All right, so. For you, if you specifically, one person who's listening and doesn't know what Backlog Roulette is, you take a list of 0, 00, and 1 to 36, and make a list of 38 games, or movies, or books you've been reading to read, or whatever, things that are in your backlog. And when we roll, it picks a number for us, obviously, and then that's the number you have to play or watch or read or whatever. So without further ado, why don't I get my phone ready? I could have done it while I was doing the spiel, but I am not on my game today, I guess.
Oh.
Alrighty. Now I got it ready. What are you hoping for? I'm hoping
I'm hoping for games.
I'm hoping for video games. Let's spin this wheel. Yeah. We're gonna be here a while. I just freshly oiled this thing.
Oh shit!
This baby, I didn't oil this up. It just still works because it only gets used for this. And we got 9. Woo! What you got for 9, pal? Well, I pull up my list now. I feel like we've gotten 9 a couple times. What do you got? You don't look at. Did an N64 game accidentally not get ousted from the list? What do you got, buddy?
I got Streets of Rage 3.
Yeah, that's not bad. You really don't you don't like it that much, or what?
I didn't like it back in the day. I like it more now than I did back then.
There you go.
But I've never beaten it. It's the one of the original 3 that I haven't beaten.
There you go. There's something to do. Where's my? Why do I find it? I'm gonna have to just post my list in this app because they always seem to have trouble. Where are you, little bastard? There it is. That's not it. The suspense is killing me.
Yeah, the suspense is terrible. I hope it'll last.
The suspense is a total asshole. There it is. Jesus. Number 9. Okay, where are we here? Rodea Sky Soldier.
For the
Okay.
Wii U?
Or Wii.
Yeah.
Got both copies in it.
I hear, yeah.
I wonder which one I should play it. Maybe I'll try the regular Wii version.
I hear the Wii version is better than the Wii U version.
Because it was intended for that, right?
Yeah.
Rodea Sky Soldier.
Yeah, Radical Reggie was talking to me about it one time, and he was like, if you're going to get it, get the Wii U version. Number one, it's cheaper, and you get both versions of the game in it. So,
yeah. I got to update this list. I haven't looked over the rest of the list very much. That's kind of why I was like, I looked at 8 first, and it was Red Dead Revolver, and I was like, I beat that shit last year. So, sometimes I gotta
time to revise them shits.
Yeah, I always replace the number, but we haven't gotten 8 for a while apparently. Because yeah, I was like, then that's when I looked over the others and I was like, anyway, number 9. So, all right, I'm excited. It was a cool looking game, so I'm excited to try it.
Do it now, come on.
Streets of Rage 3. I want to play Streets of Rage 3.
Play it now.
I feel like I got the short end of the stick because I like Streets of Rage. As we know, it's like my favorite beat 'em up series ever.
Hello.
I just wish they'd make Streets of Kamurocho a full game instead of just like that little demo thing they put out. Where they made the Yakuza beat 'em up.
Oh.
The Yakuza in like the Streets of Rage style that they like put out for free for like 3 days or something. Yeah. I liked it though.
Bastards. So anyway.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Good talking with you. I'm glad we were able to do it again so soon.
Yeah.
We still talked for 3 hours. but at least for the episode, I think we're only going to be at 2 hours. So
yeah, I think we're at 2.
We're going to be easy on the ears this week. So excellent.
Yep.
So when we do closer together, we got less ground to cover. So I'm happy.
Nice.
So, all right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Laters.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Goodbye.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.